Hey Depot,
How you feeling?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm great.
um, I'm just so like I'm trying to understand some things of what's going on. I wanted to hear from you. You know what I mean? I wanted to hear from you because yesterday there was a live done, and also today there's another live being done, and your name is being utilized, and um, people saying that you contact Robert, and you know me, I just need some clarity.
If I did contact Robert, what crime is it?
Well, according to them, is because you are supposedly a federal under the
Okay,
indictment.
hold on. I'm about to let me see if I can give you. You know what? I'm gonna leave here for 1 second,
Okay.
and I'm gonna give you my paperwork, and tell me where in my paperwork that
Okay.
it says that I admit guilt, or that it says that I can't write R. Kelly.
Okay.
So I'm gonna leave here for 1 second.
Okay. Thank you. Hey everybody. Hey Steph. Hey Carib. Hey Pretty Brown Eyes. Hello Ashley. Hey everybody. I know it's pretty late, and I you know me, I have to get some clarity of some things, and the only way you're going to get clarity is from hearing it from the individual's mouth themselves. Instead of, and I came back here on my backup channel because you know sometimes people slip up and say some cuss words, and remember we're trying to keep the other side a little bit clean. You know what I'm saying? Hey, servant for life, trying to keep it very a little bit clean from all this nonsense. You know, so we're on a different plane. So we're just trying to keep things on an up and up and stop the fake news. We can't do the fake news. Cal has a strong appellate attorney. How can anyone interfere like that? That over there is saying, Carib, I'm trying to keep in a good mindset because you know other people like, why do you have a backup channel? I have a backup channel because I want to have a backup channel. Um, And every day, like I tell you, God is working on me. So every day, I have to keep cleansing, keep renewing my mind. And so I gave some scriptures earlier, and I'm trying to live by those scriptures. I don't do the cursing thing, but I want to try to keep my thoughts in positivity. Hold on, Deboski's back. All right, Debo, you send me an
So
email.
now I put it on the wall. I don't know how to do emails like that, but if you go to the freedom of speech page,
Okay, let me go.
the deferred prosecution agreement is on the wall.
Hold on a second. Let me go pull it up. Freedom of speech. Okay. There's so many freedom of speech. I don't know which one you are.
Just put in Deboski gun too, and you'll see us with the banner.
The one with the banner?
Yes. And if you go to the community, well, I just posted it,
Okay, hold
and I'm gonna leave it up there so we don't ever have to get things confused.
on. Okay. Hold on a second. I keep seeing Dubosky gun 1. Why keep?
It should be a banner, blue banner, people walking.
Oh, you
Let me
got it on
let,
live.
let me at you on the page, and
Okay.
then maybe you'll see it.
Okay. At me with infamous Sylvie one. Hey everybody.
I just added you on there.
Okay, let's see.
Did you see it?
It's not. I don't see it. Hold
I
on.
just tagged you.
I know, but I don't see it. I don't know what's wrong.
Could somebody give her the link to the page?
Somebody put it in the chat,
Oh
please.
no, let me.
I'm being slow, y'all, because it's not letting me see it. It keep bringing me up to the other one. Okay.
I
Okay.
just sent it to you in the chat,
Okay, in the chat here. Okay. Now, thank you. I got it now.
and then just go to the community wall, and that's the paperwork, and that's what happened. So when you can tell me that a gangbanger thug means more than three federal prosecutors, if him doing whatever he did mean more than three federal prosecutors, he must be a hell of a Negro thug gangbanger that got out of jail after he shot at me and still shot another person. How would you get out of jail if I made some deal with the feds? You would have never got out of jail. But it sound good though. Now let's read this. Read that to them so they can hear it.
It says United States against Christopher Gunn, defendant. Deferred prosecution agreement.
Always remember that you hear them saying this paperwork, the office, and will be referred to and throughout this document is the office, meaning anything involving Debosky will revert back to the office of New York. I just wanted to say that before you even get to reading this so people can understand what they're hearing.
Okay. It says the United States Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of New York, the office, and the defendant Christopher Gunn hereby into this deferred prosecution agreement. The agreement. 1. The office agrees to defer prosecution of Gunn for the charges in the above captured indictment, for 6 months from the date thereof, the deferred period. Gunn waives all rights to a speedy trial pursuant to the Sixth Amendment of the United States Constitution, Title 18, United States Code, Section 3161, Federal Rule of Criminal Procedure 48B, and any applicable local rule of the United States District Court for the Eastern District of New York for the deferred period. 2. Gunn admits that on or about October 4th, 2021, he knowingly and intentionally posted to YouTube the video that is described in paragraph 6 through 8 of the complaint in the above captured case.
Let me just say this on the ad lib. I admit that the video that I'm playing today, right now, the 10-hour full video, is my voice, and I did make that video, and I did do a YouTube live that day. I did. That's what I'm admitting to.
Okay. 3. Gunn agrees that during the deferred period, he will comply with all condition of his pretrial release, including, among other things, that he not commit any federal, state, or local crime. During the deferred period, pretrial services will continue to supervise Gunn. Number 4, the office agrees that if Gunn is in full compliance of his obligation under this agreement for the deferral period, at the conclusion of the deferral period, it will move the court pursuant to Rule 48A of the Federal Rule of Criminal Procedure to dismiss the indictment against him with prejudice.
Now, let's stop it there. Now, you're saying that you no longer want to prosecute me. That's what deferral means. I no longer want to prosecute you. And if we can't find nothing between here and now, we're dismissing the case with prejudice, which means, right, not only that, but let's go back to the quote unquote office, the office, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is a very, very strong word in all of this writing that's on the screen. The office is the real motherfuckers. Anything that the office hear, anything that the office think, anything that's involved in Deboski will go back to the office. And the office is a coordinated team of people that worked in on R. Kelly's case. Meaning that when they say we no longer want to prosecute you, they're saying we no longer want to prosecute you at this time because we can't move forward. And if we don't find nothing in between this time and November 9th, we're dismissing your case with prejudice. With prejudice, do people understand what that means? That means to never come back at you again.
Yes.
So as of now, no, Debo didn't just walk away. It didn't just go off my back. It didn't just end overnight. But they gave me what most of us know is a conditional discharge. But in federal conversation, it means we no longer want to prosecute you. And if we don't find anything to prosecute you between now and then, we'll dismiss this case against you. That is what a deferred prosecution agreement is. It is not a plea. You will not hear a plea of innocence or guilt or anything of that nature throughout this paperwork. And I ain't going to keep talking. I just want to tell you that.
Okay. You want me to continue reading?
Yes.
Number 4, the office agrees that if Gunn is in full compliance with the obligation under this agreement for the deferral period, at the conclusion of the deferral period, it will move the court pursuant to Rule 48A of the Federal Rule of Criminal Procedure to dismiss the indictment against him with prejudice. Number 5, should it be judged by the office that Gunn has committed or attempted to commit any further crime or has otherwise violated any provision of this agreement, A, the office will be released from its obligation under...
Hold on. The office, you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
That means that anything involving Deboski will go back to the people who have already went through these people complaints about their kids, their feelings, their mothers, they doxing, etc. If it don't reach a threshold, it will not make it past the quote unquote office. I just want to point that out.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna start from A. A. The office will be released from its I read that already, right? Did I read that part? Yeah. No. The office will be released from its obligation under paragraph 4 above. And B, prosecution that are not time barred by the applicable statutes of limitation on the date of the agreement is signed may be commenced against gun. Notwithstanding the expiration of the statute of limitation between the signing of the agreement and the commencement of any such prosecution. Can you explain that to me?
That means basically every picture that these people done turned in, every screen recording that you have heard them playing on YouTube, every complaint about their mother, their kids, any disrespect that they receive from my end will be dismissed at the conclusion of this case, along with everything else. Anything that derivative from this situation will be dismissed due to the statute of limitations.
So I got a question for you. So this rampage that they're going on this on
It's
that,
frivolous. It's
yeah.
frivolous.
Okay, but see,
Not
but
only is it frivolous, but the government know their name, have their pictures, have their threats, have their YouTube lives. You can, if when you're done reading this, I'm gonna tell you to scroll down to the government paperwork involving, you know who.
okay. Okay, the question is because the guy over there is basically making accusation
That
that
guy over there ain't gonna ever hold enough. Is the guy named Michael Jabodi, and Michael Jabodi is the federal prosecution of New York that's working this case. And Michael Jabodi told me he don't want to prosecute me. Michael Jabodi not only told me that he does not want to prosecute me, but Michael Jabodi looked over paperwork involving the actions of him and others
okay.
when he made this conclusion. So whatever he's saying, do he make as much as Michael Jabodi?
No.
Exactly.
Okay. Um okay, let me finish. Number 6. This agreement does not bind any federal, state, or local prosecuting authority other than the office and does not prohibit the office from initiating or prosecuting any civil or administrative proceeding directly or indirectly involving gun.
The
Number
office. Do you hear that?
the office, yeah.
They said, well, you come at them on the state level. If you come at them on the federal level, it's going to come back to the office. Now, for them to put the office in quotation marks the way that they do, just know that that mean business. That's real. That's them. They saying
Do you
we have a team.
do you think they're trying to cause some sort of like
I don't give a fuck what you cause. You know what you're going to end up doing? You're going to
Mhm.
end up going to jail for swatting, which is a federal crime.
Okay.
They already on your heels. You will see that in the next paperwork that you pull up on the screen when you finish this.
Okay. All right. Number 7, Gunn agrees that with respect to all charges in the above capture case, he is not a prevailing party within the meaning of the Hype Amendment 18 USC 3006A. Note, and will not file any claim under the law. Number 8, this agreement set forth all the terms of the agreement between Gunn and the office. No moderation or addition to this agreement shall be valid unless they are in written and signed by the signatories listed below.
By the signatories listed below. And
This
you
is
see who names go underneath that signature.
Michael Gabari, did whatever I say that. Ryan C. Harris.
Mm-hmm.
Her name is Christopher Gunn and
Mm-hmm.
attorney Allegra Gas. I don't know how to say that.
Right. So with that being said, if you go back one page back,
Mhm.
go back one page, scroll down to the bottom, that last line, what did it say?
This
That's seven, line seven.
Gunn agrees that with respect to all charges in the above captured case is not a prevailing party within the meaning of the Hype Amendment 18 USC 3006A note and will not file any claim under the law.
Now pay attention to that. You're talking about me filing claims. Why will I be filing claims if I'm guilty?
Mm-hmm.
What they are saying is I cannot file a claim for lawyer fees because I had a public defender.
Mm-hmm.
So you are already acknowledging in your agreement that I can file a claim,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't file a claim for lawyer fees. I wouldn't be able to file a claim at all if I was guilty.
That is so true. That's true.
So let's scroll down to the real paperwork. The paperwork of this is a partial paperwork. Let's go back to that page. If you go back up to the top to the community chat, you're gonna have click the no.
I went the wrong.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Now just scroll down. Let's keep going down. Some more. Some more. You gonna have to go for a while.
Okay.
And when we read this paperwork,
Mm-hmm.
uh this is paperwork that Bozo say is falsified paperwork, but if it's falsified paperwork, I challenge him to give me charge for
This one.
right there. Read that. Now, when you read this, I want you to read this with an understanding for
Mm-hmm.
all of you individuals who painted me as a threatening person, that threatened you at protesters, for people that painted me as a person that did anything to your family and etc.
Mm-hmm.
When it came down to what the government looked at and all of the facts on the table,
Mm-hmm.
see, this lady right here, Allegra Glasshouser, I didn't pay her a dime. So if I didn't pay her a dime, she is an officer of the court. That means that she wouldn't, you can go to a lawyer you paying and tell them, I lied about this part. How can we fix it? You can't go to an officer of the court and say, I messed up on this part. I lied about this part. How can we fix it? It don't work like that.
Mm-hmm.
She's an officer of the court, meaning you got to, everything you tell her has to be the truth. The moment you lie to a woman like this, you're done. Now, this woman has viewed everything that I have told her, took time on her own to view it with her own eyes. Now she's bringing it back to the people that she works with and telling them about what she's seen as an officer of the court. And they not even red flagging her because she's not a private attorney.
Mm-hmm.
They're taking everything that she's saying at its word because that's their friend. So when you read this, just know that she's writing this as a friend amongst friends and telling the truth in everything that she writes. I
Okay.
just wanted to say that.
Okay. Let's go. All right. Let's start with this one here. Dear Judge Gonzalez, I am writing in response to the court's order to respond to pretrial's request to modify Mr. Gunn's bond to prohibit him from doing activities with his children. Mr. Gunn has undoubtedly had difficulties with the new condition, which require him to speak to pretrial frequently and plan a weekend schedule with his children well in advance. However, the better response to these difficulties is to deny pretrial requests and instead grant the grant the defense request for a curfew. The Bail Reform Act requires the least restrictive condition. The current conditions aren't too lenient, but too restrictive. CITE. Additionally, to the extent the court disagrees, it should still permit Mr. Gunn's weekday activities with his children, which generally involve picking his children up from school and going to the park or library. Pretrial has noted no concern with those. 7 months after difficulty with his condition, directly after his arrest, he was compliant. This was exceedingly hard for him. His 6-year-old son has developmental delay, who has an IEP at school and an individualized education plan, and often needs to be picked up earlier when he has bad days. Until a few weeks ago, Mr. Gunn was unable to assist because of his bond condition. So, Mr. Gunn's partner and mother of his children, who also currently makes the sole income for the family, would often have to leave work early to do so. He has lost 2 aunts during the course of this case, and while he was allowed to go to their funerals, he has not been able to leave the house otherwise to grieve with his broader family. As explained in more details below, he is constantly worried about whether threats and harassment from the broader R. Kelly community.
Hold on.
Uh-huh.
Hold on. Now, this lady said, I'm constantly worried about harassment and threats from the broader R. Kelly community. Remember that sentence right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
In February, the parties all consented to modifying Mr. Gunn's bond to allow him to have a curfew. One reason for this change is in position was that the government had found the full video from which the charge clip was excerpt. The full video in particular, the portion directly after the clip provides a crucial context, making it abundantly clear that, however, in artful, the charge comment sound in isolation. They were not related to inciting anyone to gathering signatures for petition. That petition shall be 1,000. All of our collectively hit 1,000 at a minimum. I only see 500 people sign that petition. We need more people to sign that petition. A request to dismiss Mr. Gunn's charges is still being considered by the government, but that the weight of the evidence against Mr. Gunn
Hold
is
on. I'm sorry. So they already say, now that we have the full context of the video, we know it's not that. They also say the government is considering dismissing the case at this time. This paperwork is behind the scene paperwork, a letter to the judge that you're not going to see on paper. I just wanted to point that out.
Hmm. A request to dismiss Mr. Gunn's charges is still being considered by the government, but that the weight of evidence against Mr. Gunn is significantly lessened is a factor this court should take into consideration with respect to bail. CITE. The parties agree that in this context, home detention was no longer appropriate for Mr. Gunn and propose a curfew as the appropriate approach. It still is the best approach. 2. Mr. Gunn's difficulty following the current condition is unsurprising. it is not a reason to make the condition stricter. That Mr. Gunn has had trouble with the current condition is unsurprising. The day they were ordered, pretrial and counsel discussed how difficult the logistic would be. Planning a family schedule with 2 young children and executing it in a particular time frame is challenging. Pretrial keeping track of the schedule is a deviation. It's deviation to go to Wendy's or another friend's house is also challenging. Pretrial should not have to handle that, especially on the weekend. Mr. Gunn's response to retrial reported in okay, you cut off some parts up here, so I don't know what it said. His family have been targeted with harassments and threats, seemingly because of his opinion posted online. This has brought significant stress and aggravation, particularly to as these threats have continued unabated. Even while Mr. Gunn's case have been pending, some instances of these threats are listed here. In December, I learned that a person labeled as Knuckle Vice Lord Nation posted Mr. Gunn's address asking if that were your kid, where your kid lay. You better tread lightly, boy. Recently, I learned that a person who uses the internet handle Kel's Tears posted the names and address, phone number, and emails of Mr. Gunn's New York pretrial officer, a supervising New York pretrial officer, and a Chicago pretrial officer, urging people to email or call them to report Mr. Gunn. My contact information was also posted separately.
Let's stop it there. So she pointed out Kale's tears. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
But with O Code,
Mm-hmm.
that's Kale's tears.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in the other paperwork, she pointed out Diva Divine Light playing the video. The
Mm-hmm.
video no longer protected discovery because of that. Kale's tears posting all these people. You can't say we gonna call his pretrial, all this stuff. My case is not no was not no Larry case. You can't do that to me. I'm not. It's not the same thing. Why? Because you only have partial evidence. Now we got the full video and we view this differently, but we understand people are making calls on you. The judge watched the Diva Divine Light, and I just want to give her credit. A federal judge watched you laugh at that audio with Ty from Oak Cove. Watch you giggle, laugh, have a fun day. And he looked at it, and from then on, he didn't take it serious, and he didn't take it as protective evidence for the state due to your actions. So I appreciate that. I really do.
Okay. On April 27, 2022, someone shot at Mr. Gunn's home 5-6 times. A police report from the incident relayed that shell casing were recovered in September 2022. Assistant District Attorney Sarah J. Romero Somayo is in Will County, Illinois. Okay, we got all this. Okay, I guess this is a YouTube thing. It says this same person posted on YouTube community page this title in all caps. Copy all you want. Remember, you're the hunted. Fug up and your mama fug anything attached to you. over a picture from Mr. Gunn's YouTube page. See um, https www.youtube.com see Dana J community. Search by hunted to find correct portion of the page. The same user had previously posted a link to Mr. Gunn's children's babysitter's Facebook page. It is believed this same person called in a made up complaint to authorities saying that the mother of his children was a prostitute. Wow.
Stop it there.
Wow.
Now, when you call DCFS, that's a government entity. Again, this lady is an officer of the court. She will reach out to government entities for any information that will discredit the information that I gave to her. There was none. Your name followed through every way through. And if your name, see Levi and Dana, let's get this straight. I didn't mention dude shooting at me name. I mentioned your name. Because dude that shot at me, they don't give a fuck if I kill him or he kill me. They give a fuck if he killed my kids. He never even was charged with shooting at me. But they gave a fuck about y'all. Especially when I pointed out that you started a defense fund. But go ahead.
Lord have mercy. Okay. The complaint was deemed unfounded. In another video originally provided to the defense by the government.
Hold on. Can you read that again, please? So people can hear that. So we don't have to listen to his lie. He say that I provided this video. What do it say again?
Another video originally provided to the defense by the government.
Exactly.
And it gave a YouTube channel, and it says a man and a woman seems to discuss whether they can get Mr. Gunn's address. The first thing the man seems to say is, I'll send some N-word up there, get his address. And the woman asks if he has his address.
Hold on. Do you know who the woman is?
No.
This Randall.
Okay.
Now hold on so you can understand this. And I wanted to sink in your brain, right?
Okay.
The lady called me. Gun, what did you do? You on YouTube, you threaten somebody you see gonna blow their head off. Didn't I do this? What happened? She said, hold on. They're sending the recording to me now. The first person voice I heard on the recording was Randa.
Mm-hmm.
She says to him, what? Oh, my Lord. And when I heard Randa, the first thing I thought, I ain't gonna lie, I said, Randa trying to set me up. And I listened to it some more, and he was like, I'm gonna blow your motherfucking head out. She said, that's me. I said, no, that ain't me. That's the individual one. I just gotta tell you, because people think I'm lying. It says in another video originally provided to the defense by the government. This video was provided to us.
Wow.
They was trying to make a move on me off this. I don't even know where they got that shit from.
So you got it from the government.
Right. I'm saying I don't know where the government got it from.
Maybe they saw it on the internet.
Maybe they might got that nigga phone tap, but hey, I don't know nothing.
Okay. And then they said an N-word there up, get his address. Then the woman asked if he has his address, and he says, I gotta get Dubowski's address. I'll get it. Okay, let's go back up. Okay, there's nothing else.
Okay, so now you gotta go to the next. Go to the next. Leave out of that. Go back to the community wall one more time.
Okay.
Hit the tab with a banner at.
I'm going back. Okay.
Okay, and I go down some more. You gonna have to go down for a little second.
Okay. Is that it?
Nah, that's the one you read. Go up a little bit. So yeah, this is where you left off at that one. But you want to go to the last page because that's where you left off at.
Okay. This is
Okay.
it. Okay. Um, shit blows his mother effer head off. B. Wow. After Mr. Gunn's arrest, his bail paper, including his mother's address, was posted online. Below is a screenshot of one spot where his mother's address was posted. Dana J open talks, and it's 17 minutes ago. You can see posts all you can s- you s- I'm sorry. See, you can post all of what you think you know, but my life and my kids, but you call the feds as the informant. You are, however, let's play reality. How about me and my crew pay that fat, swollen botch Glenda Gunn a visit at 272 Sioux Drive in Bolingbrook, right where all if you are at what? See, I don't play kid games. You played with my kids. Now I'm about to play with your whole life. See you soon, homie. I hope your mouth can back up what you spill on the net. Respectively submitted.
And they have a name at the bottom.
Mhm.
Like it have a top on that. When you click on it, you will see the top. Like if you press the click in the middle of the page, it would and it would have her name on it. But hit the over to the right. Let's scroll up. See- Well, okay.
Wait
I
a
don't
minute.
know why I can't see it on your computer, but it
Uh,
has her name on it. Respectfully submitted, Allegra Glasshouser. Now this is just one piece of paper that's not in paper.
hmm.
This is just one, and that was due to a bond condition. But when we went for emails and text messages between individual one and the government, when we went on surveillance between the government and the enterprise, also known as kill steppers, when we went on uh, how far they digged into our protesters,
Mhm.
and we used it, Dana J is a pivotal point to push forward. Their response was, "We no longer want to prosecute your case,"
Wow.
and those are facts, and you can see it right there. We using him for a bond reduction, right or wrong.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
We using him to ask that my bond conditions be lightened. Now, what would dudes shooting at me matter to Dana J? Do you think they gave more fucks about? Cause dude shot at me, you put me in the house where I've been shot at. You make me have to stay here on the leg bend. I can't go nowhere. I can't have no weapon. That don't matter. But Dana J matter. Why did Dana J matter if he's not a part of the case? Why is he calling my lawyer?
Hmm.
What did you want to gang out of that? Now, when I shook hands with Bruce and we got to talk like men among each other,
Hmm.
I told him how I felt and I told him how I carry myself as a man.
Hmm.
All of my paperwork, every single document. I'm gonna give it to him to help your brother. I don't give a damn how you feel about me. I don't give a damn what you think I want out of something. I'm gonna make money regardless, man. Look what I've been through.
So it's a fact of manipulating, playing tricks. Then what they're doing now is they're trying to deflect and to
What I
cause.
think they doing now is wanting to play with fire. The
Mm-hmm,
government is already aware of you doxing me and my family.
mm-hmm,
The government is already putting you in documents. The government is already aware of where this stem from. And if you want to falsify that I wrote R. Kelly in jail, show my DNA on the paper.
mm.
Show my palm print, my side print.
So he's
Show
so he's claiming that you wrote R. Kelly because based on what I heard,
I
he
don't know
and
what he claiming.
okay, because he's saying that you contact. So I'm trying to figure out okay
I know
how.
what I was claiming to the federal government, and that was that Deantez Jackson and Levi for Kelly started a defense fund for R. Kelly that could be found in motions to deny him a bond. And they went to Pacer and they found that.
Mm-hmm,
So imagine this, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I ain't sugarcoating nothing.
mm-hmm.
They didn't know that these dudes started a defense fund.
And they didn't know that.
No, they had never known. They was coming on, they was just coming at me about they people. But I'm
Oh,
like, the people that sent you here, they started a defense fund for him. You calling me the super fan, but he put this man through college. So when they got to see him standing in front of the news camera saying he put him through college,
mm-hmm.
they got to see the defense fund in the motion that denied R. Kelly bond. It was over with.
Wow.
If they could have went after those people, they would have. They just threw me out there to protect themselves.
Mm,
And then by my little beef with other people, it scratched to where it made everything else plausible. We only did protests from July to October.
mm-hmm,
All these threats and fallouts happened after October. You know why? Because when nobody protesting, when nobody going nowhere. So people on the internet making threats.
mm-hmm.
And they were saying they're going to do a walk for kills in June after the winter. And I told them I would be there and I'm going to press your ass about everything you on the internet playing with me about. And I came down there and the man tried to get me arrested over his mama. And we all saw that. It was over with from that day, but they just kept on pushing the narrative. With no threat at no protesters that I had. If it was, why did people keep coming?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm not mad at nobody, but I do recognize how they took a lot of y'all complaints and made it they own the complaints and took it to the federal government.
But let me explain to you in regards to my complaint. As you can remember, when you and I was going at it with each other, and my credit report situation was raised.
Sylvia,
Wait, no, no, let me.
anything that listen, so you don't have to listen, so
No, no,
you
no.
can
I just want to
no
explain.
no no listen
No,
listen
no, no,
listen
no.
listen. So,
Because
no look
no.
so you can
Wait, wait,
understand
no.
what
I want to make a statement because people been saying stuff which was lies. When I tried to make a complaint down here in Georgia, I was told I had to go to Chicago, so there was no complaint
okay,
made
but
from.
prima donna always say that you encourage people to contact Detective Mitchell in Bolingbrook.
Who's Detective Mitchell?
Exactly.
Who's
Detective Mitchell, let me just say this for prima
who
donna if
is
you listen.
that?
Hold on. Let me just say this for prima donna if you listening. Because you put Detective Mitchell on your website, you put Detective Mitchell, call him, contact him about Deboski, this. Right? Now, I hope you listening to this because I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Why did Detective Mitchell stop my brother in the street and tell me to stay away from his wife? You don't even know that. So when you went and put my mugshot up with Detective Mitchell phone number, you don't even know that this dude tripping about his wife already. He was tripping about his wife already, man. Why is your wife around me in the first place? You a fucking Bolingbrook police officer. Why your wife hanging with me in the first place? Riddle me that. Riddle me that. Riddle me that. Why is your wife hanging with me in the first place? I'm a thug. I'm a gangbang. I'm the lowest of the low. Why your wife hanging with me though? Why you gotta stop my brother and threaten my brother about your wife hanging with me? What is YouTube doing? And I'm not gonna say YouTube. What is Prima Donna doing with your phone number to some call in like Kim Fox with my picture on it? But I understand though. I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to make some correction on that because
And why the fuck would I write R. Kelly if I ain't wrote my own cousin? Why would I write R. Kelly? You worried about R. Kelly knowing what you did, but he's going to know. The same way Sylvia was able to go through, Sylvia just went through 2% of paperwork.
Mhm.
I got 1,500 pages.
Wow.
And I'm going to prove to you through these 1,500 pages, and I'm standing on it, that several YouTube bloggers that say free R. Kelly worked it with the same agents and prosecutors on this case. If you think that some gang banging street shit with me outweighed 3 federal prosecutors, then you just as dumb as believing that I threatened them prosecutors. Because when nothing top their lives, they don't give a damn who shot at me, who shot at my kids, who shot at my house. They don't give a damn. They gave a damn about their own. They sent the best out for their own. They confiscated everything that I own to find out about their own. So how the fuck is you gonna tell me that some nigga how PCP and ecstasy shooting in the motherfucking air meant more than them? It don't. It didn't matter. It don't matter. It didn't matter. It don't matter. Cause if dude that shot at me matter as much as you say for me to get a deferred prosecution, then you motherfuckers should matter just the same. Y'all don't matter. I don't matter. He don't matter. The facts of the recording matter. And the facts of the recording, I was a protester who had already did several protests peacefully, that was organizing another protest and had signatures on the text messages between Alex Clary and R. Kelly that I wanted to promote is a signature drive to demand charges be brought against her. These are the facts. The recording, the live is playing right now while I'm over here. So if you telling me I threatened some federal prosecutors and handing over some gang banging Negro was it good enough for me to just walk away skate free? Nobody went to jail. Even dude ain't even in jail for shooting at me. He in jail off one charge, shooting an innocent person after he got released for shooting at me. So how is it that I'm telling on you for shooting at me and you got out? It don't make sense. His
Mm-mm.
brother died as a result of his own foolishness. You playing in these streets, you win foolish prizes. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. If you out here seeking justice for his family, get the justice. But just know that when you trying to get the justice for him, you ain't getting it through me. You involving yourself in a whole nother situation that you don't have no business in. You don't have no business in that shit. And you can run my name and add it on, but it will never take flight because I don't have no business in that shit. I was on house arrest. That man used his channel, get on his channel, spew out hate and lies about people. You can see in paperwork that they never called me. They never called me to testify on dude. But I'll tell you this. If that guy, me testifying on him, me snitching on him, if that's the story you want to run with, if that meant more than those 3 federal prosecutors' lives, then they weren't worth shit in the first place. Think about that. If this low life, how drugs Negro that's coming to my house, shooting at me, whatever, if me telling on him meant more than 3 women who went to college, who got college degrees, who put away the king of R&B for 30 years. If that Negro life meant more than they life, he must be a hell of a Negro then. Especially if you let him out after that so he can go and shoot another motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You got to get your facts together. And all you Negroes that be on here talking about you are going to the government with this and you going to the government with that and you wrote 50 pages on this and you got files on this. Don't be on here trying to point no snitch shit to me. You been on the internet being proud to be a snitch. You been on the internet being proud to be a snitch. Stand on that shit. But I tell you this. Them three federal prosecutors and everybody involved in that situation didn't give a damn about you, your kids, my kids, the Negro that shot at me. They didn't give a fuck about none of us. They only gave a fuck about their own. And when it came down to the full recording that you only gave partial evidence of, they knew it didn't match up for them to be continuing to try to pursue me to prosecute me. And that's the realness of the story. Now, Levi, you can be scared of you think I wrote R. Kelly, but what you should be scared of is what I'm about to tell you. In 60 days, I'm giving every document involving me and my situation to R. Kelly, his brother, and his lawyer. You motherfuckers was the crash dummies chasing me, trying to build something out of nothing. You should have stayed on who you wanted to put all that shit on, but you lost focus and tried to put that shit on me. I made sure I distanced myself from dude. I didn't give a damn about a public fallout. In the end, when the shit hit the fan, I was only responsible for myself. And when they went into my residence, what did they find? I don't give a fuck if you see me with an AK, a 38, a 48, a 380, a 33, whatever the hell else. If you don't have that gun, if you don't find that gun, if you can't prove that that gun is capable of firing projectiles, then you ain't got a goddamn thing. I don't give a fuck how many pictures you find, pull up, you saw me with video. I don't give a fuck. Not only that, but that's not enough to be coming into my motherfucking house and searching my residence. And that's why I'm about to ask for 17.5 million. If I threaten some federal prosecutors, I'm telling you right now, motherfuck the judge, the prosecutor, and the DA. If I threaten some federal prosecutors, why they letting me slide? Why they not going? Because I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go get my suit. I'm ready to play the full video. I'm ready for the public to know the truth. Why they not? You mean to tell me some Negro doing Negro shit that happened every day meant more than three prominent females that went to college and secured a guilty verdict against the king of R&B? If you believe that, you just a simple man. It is the Negro that told you that R. Kelly gonna get out on Christmas because that's his cousin. Man, them bitches wasn't gonna find shit on me. I don't give a fuck if you search my house 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And Trevor, everything you know I got, I still got it. I'm from the streets, nigga. I'm from the streets. You come looking for some shit on me, you better come prepared. Now you done blew your opportunity. You mean to tell me you gonna come in this bitch and try it again? Come for it. Just to add on to my lawsuit. Just to add on to my lawsuit. Same shit that had that motherfucker running down 79th is the same shit I still got. I don't give a fuck when you come looking for it, how you come looking for it, you ain't gonna find shit. We already proved that. I saw the motherfuckers coming a mile away. A mile away. Why is it okay for y'all to get on the internet and say y'all blow my head off, but y'all want to get on the phone with the authorities and tell them you think I got a weapon? You niggas only tough because you think you got a weapon and somebody else don't. That's the only reason you tough. Hey, 312, I know you out there listening in them bushes. You might well just come on out. I ain't mad at you, 312. You know why I ain't mad at you? Because you ain't play the game like that. You might have been disgruntled, you might have been angry, you might have didn't like a Negro, but you ain't played the game like that. But I'm gonna tell you what I don't respect though, 312. I don't respect you hiding in, informants. I don't respect you hiring people that would jeopardize the lives of innocent civil rights movement protesters like myself. Because that's all I was. And at the end of the day, that's what the record showed. And that's why I was able to walk away. So when you got people out here running around talking about he threatened protesters, why would I threaten my own protests? One Papoose did a protest. She asked me to co-sign on. From then on, I did 3 protests. Sylvia did a protest in New York. She asked me to co-sign on. I went up there and I did that protest. Why would people be following me from protest to protest to protest if I'm threatening them? Use your common sense. And for all you people that made your own personal shit, some threats to everybody else because you a bitch ass motherfucker that tried to hide behind the shit you was doing behind the scenes until you got called out on it, and then you ran behind this whole cover of he threatened all of us. Y'all some bitch ass motherfuckers too. And I ain't mad at none of y'all. But I am disappointed to see black people talking about civil rights and then run around here and fuck over everybody, including R. Kelly's rights.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't like me and you wanted to make a police report on me, why didn't you just make a police report with Bolingbrook? Why you didn't make a police report with Chicago? Why you had to make a police report with New York federal prosecutors and federal homeland security agents and some shit I'm not even a part of? Then you wonder why I call myself R. Kelly Jr. I wouldn't be calling myself R. Kelly Jr. if you ain't say I adopted a 14-year-old. I wouldn't be calling myself R. Kelly Jr. if you ain't motherfucking running around here talking about I threatened some prosecutors on this case. And I wouldn't be calling myself R. Kelly Jr. if you ain't say I had protesters in his name just to get some pussy when I know I can fuck your mama. I can fuck your mama and your girlfriend. And I mean that shit. And I ain't never got to sit up under a nigga and calling my cousin to do that shit.
Mm. Mm. Okay. Hmm. Do anybody in the chat have any questions? I just wanted some clarity and some things because I got tired of them keep going live and just spewing out because I already know a lot
This
of.
nigga's talking about you wrote R. Kelly. If I wrote R. Kelly, what crime is it? And you mean to try to tell me that I wrote R. Kelly and he trying to work with a nigga who get on YouTube and say he wrote the government 50 pages of information to lock up people he don't even know that think his cousin should be free? You trying to make that nigga jail bid hard fucking with a nigga like me? Fuck, I would write R. Kelly and I ain't wrote my own cousin. I don't write. I don't write. If I was gonna write something, I'd tell T Baby, hey man, this is what I want to say. She'll write that shit for me. But I'm gonna tell you what I am gonna write. I'm gonna write, printing out all these motherfucking documents and any evidence that's pertaining to my case and giving it to R. Kelly, his lawyer, and his brother. That's what I'm writing. I'm printing out motherfucking files. Ain't no writing. It's gonna be the government writing, and they can have a copy of it. And I'm gonna give it to you too, Sylvia. And I'm talking about everything, not what you just seen on the wall. I'm gonna give it all the way down so they can have it for his defense. Because fucking with me is gonna free R. Kelly. Y'all thought y'all was running that shit on me. I just laid in the fire and rolled in the mud with you. But I came out clean. Cause the moment you went in my house and you ain't find shit, you ain't got shit to stand on.
Yeah.
And Trevor, I still got everything you know I got. And I promise the God on Cash Grave, I got everything you know I got on my mama. And I never give up my shit for anybody, nigga. Give a fuck how many times you search.
Mm, mm, mm,
Saw
mm.
the motherfuckers coming a mile away. A mile away. You niggas was getting too tough. You beating on tables. You walking past cars. Y'all getting order of potatoes. I seen that shit coming from a mile away. You know T Baby is licensed to carry, right? Even though she be telling, don't say nothing. T Baby is licensed to carry. You run in this motherfucker, you see her firearms, they all put where they supposed to be. Well, how am I in possession of her gun and her possession and her shit? It ain't gonna work. We know the laws of this shit, man. I've been in this game for years. It made me an animal. It made me an animal. And y'all motherfuckers, y'all done made me a humble animal. I'm gonna give thanks to God every day. I just passed out 100 book bags. I'm about to pass out 200 socks.
Awesome. Awesome. That's what it's all about, doing stuff for community instead of this nonsense that's going on YouTube. It's just irrelevant and
And
child.
I'm very disappointed in our black people to use me as an excuse to fuck over another black man due process rights. Because I had nothing to do with R. Kelly. And anything I said I did to you, I should be blamed for and held accountable on my own, not R. Kelly. But y'all use R. Kelly as an excuse to do all the shit you did in participation with the government and fucking that man over for his due process rights. And you're gonna have to live with that. And we all gonna see each other on the final days of our lives.
Yeah.
And I know I can hold my head up high because I ain't never compromised myself for anybody. And I'm gone, Sylvia.
Well, thank you so much for clarifying a lot of stuff because I had a lot of questions. I
Yeah, I went right R. Kelly, and if I did, it would only be to give him everything that I have in paperwork, document for document, email for email, and you'll have a copy of that as well.
well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for clarifying. Anybody have any questions before he leaves? Oh, he's gone. He's gone, y'all. He's gone. So, just to, oh man, I was always told a lie will go faster, spread quicker than the truth. You know, um, I don't know the purpose of what these last two videos that dude did. And he keeps naming the person in Georgia, which I know he's directing it to me. Um, I don't quite understand the angle of anything that he's doing. I don't know, and I can't tell you guys I know. But one thing I know, that whatever's done in the dark will come to light. And now whatever um angle, whatever game, whatever participation, whatever hand that they have been um, dealing with in regarding to Mr. Kelly's case. And I'm not saying that they're in it or what. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm saying whatever is done in the dark will come to light. And the way they've been forcefully with the lies, with the lies, the truth is going to come out. It seems like it's never going to come out. The truth is going to come out, you know. And I'm so glad that Dabrowski will no longer have to deal with this. But it seems to me, from the way the spreading and putting out all these false information, is they're trying to cause Dabrowski's, deferral agreement to be jeopardized. That's what I see it as, because there was some claims being made about him contacting Mr. Kelly, and now his paperwork doesn't say anything about him not being able to contact Mr. Kelly, because each time anybody has some sort of provisional or some sort of bond, they have the requirement and restrictions and things like that. I didn't see any restriction for him to be able to contact Mr. Kelly. So all of that stuff that's being portrayed and making it seem one way, it's not true. It's not. And anything he's saying about me, it's a lie. Because I'm like, I don't even deal with the guy. I don't even talk to him at all. But he's making assumption about certain people contacting. I have never written Mr. Kelly to tell him anything negative about anybody. I send him encouragement. I send him scriptures. I send him cards just to lift him, to be, uplifting to him. He can show you anybody, anything I've ever sent him. Nothing ever had anybody's name, because those people are irrelevant. That man don't need to hear all that mess. I don't deal with that. I don't even entertain it at all. So I just wanted Dabrowski to come up and help me to understand some things, because I don't quite understand the urgency for them to keep playing. And whenever that's being done like that, I realize there's an angle that's going on. There's something they're trying to do and trying to get people caught up in. So I'm just gonna pray for them. I'm gonna pray for them that they'll find some sort of joy in their life, that they don't try to keep attacking people and putting out lies, because whatever's done in the dark will come to the light. Whatever is done in the dark will come to light. So again, I thank Dabrowski for coming on and clarifying some things for me, because I didn't quite understand. I know the stuff they're saying about me is a lie, so I made assumption that it's a lie too. But I just wanted Dabrowski to come on to clarify. I was like, what is he talking about? What did he mean? So anybody never trust a God that I goes everywhere which way. You're so funny. You're so funny. You're so funny. It's just so sad that I don't know. It's weird. It's sad. And my thing is, he's worried about who Mr. Kelly. Like, okay, I doubt, and this is my opinion. This is only my opinion on this. I doubt that Mr. Kelly would even come to him and say something about Dabrowski trying to reach out to him. If you guys could recall, a couple of years ago, Dabrowski, in fact, had a phone conversation with Mr. Kelly. So for him to say, who is this Dabrowski, and all the stuff that he knows has been going on, for him not to know who Dabrowski is, that right there was putting up a red flag for me, because I know that Dabrowski spoke with Mr. Kelly. I know that for a fact. For him to even come to him and ask him who this, he doesn't make sense. And they just love to lie. Why waste a good lie if it's not helping you, protecting you, or protecting your family? Stop lying, because you're going straight to hell for stupid lies. Stupid lies. Use the lies wisely. Help your family. If you're protecting somebody's trying to hurt you, and then you tell that's what you use a lie for. Don't use lies for stupidity, because you're going to hell for stupidity. All right, that's it. I'm done. I'm not going to keep going. I'm trying to keep everything clean and my language clean. That's why I came onto the back channel, because back channel people cuss a lot. This is not monetized. So I knew there was going to be some words that was going to be some boom, boom, boom. And I'm trying to keep the front channel clean. That's why I had somebody, which I had ended up deleting their message of, and trying to quote scriptures to me regarding to me using the back channel. I use the back channel for what I want to use it. I am not perfect. Never have I ever said that I am delivered from flesh. I have not been delivered from flesh. I do make mistakes. But the difference between me and that person, I know how to go to God and repent. Okay? Know how to go to God, because God chastised me and I have to repent from those things. I don't intentionally go out to hurting anybody. So that's why I always say, please forgive me if I hurt anybody by my words or my action. So that being said, all those who try to come at me because I have a back channel, because I don't want cussing in the front channel, because I don't like the cussing stuff, I tried my hardest not to even say any cuss word. I read it earlier, so I have to fast forget. I read it, but I wasn't saying it on my own. So all those who come in here trying to throw shade at me, all those kind of craziness, I I pray that you find peace within yourself, that you don't have to come inside my channel and start crap with me. Because I'm not going to entertain you. I'm going to ignore you and I'm going to block you. That's what I'm going to do. Block you. Not going to get involved with the nonsense with you guys anymore. That's just where I'm at now. Nothing you can say, nothing you can do can change where I'm going, how I'm moving. I'm not going to let you control my attitude of anything. I'm just going to address it and let it go. That's it. So, hey, Miguel. Hey, Rob. But hello, everybody that just came into the chat. And yeah, I'm so glad Dubowski had a chance to express himself. And it's pretty hard. I believe it's hard. This man was lied on. This man has a federal case against him. And he has a federal case against him from people, we all have had our disputes and arguments with different individuals. We all have people we don't like, and we just move on and let them go. Because there's quite a few people that I don't deal with anymore because I just, they don't like me. I don't like them. No hard feelings. I just don't deal. I don't talk about them. I don't even say anything. And you learn about different people you can deal with and don't deal with. The maturity of it all is we know how to move on and not continue with the nonsense. And for some strange reason, we have people who have like identity problems. When I say identity problem, it's like in their real life, in their live life, they don't have anything to live forward for. So they use the internet as their fantasy world. They're big. They're known. They're living this unreal fake life on the internet, fake life, trying to make themselves be somebody, because in the real life, they have a lot of identity lacking, they don't matter. So they make themselves matter on the internet. That's why they make so much noise and cause so much confusion, because they're having identity crisis. They finally think they found some place to belong. And it's sad because the reality is not there. And they cause a lot of confusion in people's life. And I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for them that they're living this fake life on the internet. And the reality of it is, in real life, they don't have family that loves them. They don't have people who really, really care for them. So they use this fake facade of the big shot on the internet, that they belong to something. Dubowski has really shown a high level of intelligence. I'm sure a lot of people that has had listened to him and lately are shocked. Man, that interview was awesome. Yes, it was. He had the best interview. I told him that how proud I am of him. And you see the maturity level. He's not letting these people get to him, And I know it's hard. It's hard. It's hard not to. Oh, he's back. He says, "Rest in peace to my aunt, yo." But it's really sad. And I'm like, what demonic spirit that's taken over on these people's lives that they just want to sow so much discord, so much lies, so much ugliness. And I just pray peace in their life. I pray peace in their life, really. I do. I pray peace in their life. And hopefully one day they'll get past all of this. I do. And I don't know. I just stay out of it now. I don't even pay attention to them. I might make a joke about it. I might laugh. That's all you can do is laugh at them. You gotta just laugh. It's humorous, It's very humorous. That they continue after all these years is still in the same place. There's no growth in them. Just want to, I don't understand. How do you keep spewing lies like that? Just mess up somebody's life. Have the feds call on them, just making up stuff. Yeah, Queen says, I hope Kelly makes better decision in the very near future because if he is surrounding himself with undesirable, you know what? Let me tell y'all something, and then this is my opinion, and y'all can get mad at me for whatever reason, but I'm gonna tell you something. If Mr. Kelly is doing what these people claim, I'm talking about the Levi's and all that, if he is listening to him, according to him, if he's listening to it, because he claims that, Mr. Kelly has his ears and Mr. Kelly tells him everything, and nothing goes by him unless he tells him. If that's the person he's relying on, I feel sorry for him. We have to pray for Robert. We do. Because it looks like the same antics, same type of people are still around him. I just pray that God would give him discernment and to get those type of people out of his life and replace it with people that are more godly, people that are going to have his best interests instead of having vultures around him who wants to suck him dry. And that's what my prayer is. I pray that God will give Robert discernment and that he no longer have the desire to need to attract to people that's going to suck him dry. That's what I pray. And that individuals will be moved out his way and God will place godly people in his life. It's scary that people can make up lies on you and get you locked up and nothing happens to them. It's beyond that. Yes, Lavelle. Yes. 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 But you know what? We got to also remember God is a God said, vengeance is mine. All we got to do is sit back and watch God move. We got to just sit back and I am a true believer that God will vindicate. And you see, Dubosky, his vindication is coming through, but for some strange reason, they still trying hard to keep this man. I don't understand the evilness and the ugliness in these people's heart. I don't get it. I really don't. I don't understand it. And you can't fight them with the lies because I'm going to tell you something. You just got to give it to God. I'm not stressing myself with these people. I used to stress myself, but I refuse to. But I have faith that Robert will be okay. This brother is about to be free, and he'll understand that he needs to surround himself with different people. But Rob, according to the guy, he's in his ear. That guy is in Robert's ear. He's in his ear. I wanted to tell you guys something. Do you know all those interviews that Robert was doing, being put out on the internet? Do you know those were against the prisons? It's a violation against in the prison system because he was supposed to get permission. And why? You got to figure out why some of his privileges are taken away, like his privileges for being able to have his email, they were taken away. All those interviews that were put out, there were violations. The jails did not give permission for those interviews. I told everyone this, but I was ignored. We also have to understand the devil knows his time is almost up, and they are only living up to their promises of evil and destruction. He is lucky they did not take his phone privilege. Yeah, he's very lucky about that. But all those interviews that was done and people put out those recording on the internet, remember all those? They were considered interviews, and there were violation of his because you have to get permission from the jail or the prison to be able to do interviews. Those were all violation. And you see how he's been gloating that he got Mr. Kelly talked to WAC 100 and all these extra people. Do you see anybody doing interviews like that? Most inmates do like one interview that is approved by the prison. Mr. Kelly supposedly had over, I guess, 20 interviews, I heard. And they were going all over the internet. I think it was a setup telling him to get his word out, and they needed to hear from him. The way it was, he did 40 interviews. Wow. See you later, Rob. Be safe. Oh, you said some people didn't release him. He did 40 interviews. Wow. Thanks to Coach who promote that SMDH. Who's Coach? Who's Coach? But anyway, guys, I just wanted to wanted to clarify, understand some of the stuff, and wanted to read that stuff to you guys, because sometimes it's best to read the paperwork and see what the facts are, because there's so many lies, there's so many things that's being said that's wrong. You have to take account. He called some multiple times. Dre had about 3 hours of call. Oh yeah, he did. He did have 3 hours of call. Yeah, you're right. The lawyers and the investigator kept telling him to stop. They kept telling him to stop, but he kept doing it. Just like those phone calls, y'all. I'm telling y'all, freedom of information allows them to take the phone call recordings and play it I'm just, it's not against the law. I remember it started before he went to MCC Chicago. The people who interviewed him wanted some sort of legal clearance. Yeah, I know most reporters want the legal clearance. But the YouTubers that they gave, they don't care about Mr. Kelly. They just wanted some hits, clicks, views. It was about clicks. Yeah. Hey, Rosie. I guess they all in my bushes, y'all. I got 80 people in this chat. And about, 10 people talking? I have a whole bunch of people in my bushes. That's the way it's supposed to have been done, Queen. At the time, the Bonjean and the investigator were handling it. They were very careful of who he spoke to, but Kelly started to do them. I think that maybe have been when they kept pushing. Wow. Queen, I don't think you need to talk too much because these people are in the bushes looking at you. Because you're telling facts. Sorry, the cousin and the lady kept pushing. Because they think they know it all. They're the attorney without going to law school. They're the investigator without having a license. Yeah, they called up the jail. That's all they do. They call the jail constantly. It's sad. They've got this man thinking that they're helping him. They got this man thinking that they're helping him. The only thing they're doing is hurting him. That's why he got his privilege on the phone. If y'all notice, y'all not getting any emails. Those that was on the list, they're not getting any email. They're the YouTube lawyer. That's what they are. YouTube lawyer. They know everything. They know every freaking thing. I don't know a thing. I don't know nothing. I don't know what these obsession is. They don't know what the obsession is. Trust me. But anyway, wonderful people. The numbers will keep getting higher and higher in this chat. I don't know why, because I'm not talking about anything. I'm not talking about anything. Queen says Bongine and the investigator had it on lock for a minute, but they started to do his own thing. But he started to do his own thing. Bongine and the investigator had heated arguments with him. Well, there you have it. That's why these people are, they lawyers. They're lawyers and licensed investigators. That's what they are. They know everything. When that occurred, that is when he heard the recorded calls. Good night, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Keep God first in all you do. Amen. Good night, Miguel. Yeah. They'll find a way to blame people like myself and Davosky. Trust me, they'll find a way to blame us for something. Sending lies to the government, getting that man arrested, saying that he's threatening prosecutors. These people are trip. So much of a trip. I'm glad they shut the emails down. It was getting out of control. Mm-hmm. They needed to get it out of. Okay, we read that one already. But anyway, guys, it's been great. I'm gonna go take my butt to bed because it's nighttime. I'm not staying up with you guys. Okay, what it says. They keep on. They are going to have it where only the lawyer will be able to speak to him. Yep. You're right. That's what they're gonna do. Good night, Queen. Good night, everybody. I'm going to bed. Good night, everybody. You guys have a wonderful night. And thank you, Dubowski, for clarifying this all for us. I can't wait till you get the paperwork so I can start reading it and giving people some pure, unadulterated facts. Good night, everybody. I'm sleepy. Good night. Let's play R. Kelly when I leave. Good night, guys. Let's play R. Kelly. Night, night. Where's my stuff at? Where's my song? I have no songs over here. Okay, here we go. Good night.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Hold on now. Wait a minute, fellas. Wait a minute. I think it goes something like this. Whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can somebody take these burdens off of me? Off of me. Can somebody take these burdens off of me? Off of me. Cause every time I turn around, there's something trying to keep me down. Can somebody take these burdens off of me? Off of me. Whoa. Can somebody take these burdens off of me? Off of me. Can somebody take these burdens off of me? Off of me. When I look up, don't you know, burdens knocking at my door. So won't you come and take these burdens off of me? Off of me. Oh, come and take these burdens off of me. Off of me. of me. Somebody come and take these burdens off of me. Soon as I get up off the ground, my burdens knock me right back down. Can somebody take these burdens off of me? Off of me. Somebody take these burdens off of me. Off of me. Somebody take these burdens off of me. Off of me. Take these burdens off of me, off of me. Well, off of me, off of me. Oh, off of me, off of me. Well, off of me, off of me. Get them off of me, off of me. Come and break the chain, come and break the chain. Off of me. Get it off of me, off of me. Get it off of me, off of me. I need somebody, I need somebody, I need somebody, I need somebody to get this burden, to get this burden. Can somebody take these burdens off of me?